Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, how are you today? So I hope we always good news and always in the protection of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So in this good opportunity, you meet again with me. My name is Jamilatul Aula. I'm a student of Bina Bangsa Sempena University at 2022 in the English Language Education Study Program. So in this good opportunity, I will present a number of PPT slides from my research, namely is an analysis of debate coaching strategy in Aceh debating community. This is research will complete the final assignment for the seminar research course. This is taught by two lecturers, namely is Miss Rizka Marlisa MPD and the secondly is Mr. Sharfuni MPD. So let's talk about this. Okay everyone, let's look at the discussion on the first slide, namely is introduction. This is we'll talking about 3 points. The first point is debate, second point is coaching strategy, and third point we'll talking about debate community. Okay, let's talk about the first point. We'll talking about the debate. Okay, definition of debate is an argument strategy that encourages individual to think critically, logically, and always be aware of the latest issue and news from various perspectives. And the second point, we're talking about coaching strategy. Coaching strategy definition is a coaching strategy is a plan will created to implement a coaching activity that aim to develop critical thinking, solve problem, find solution to problem, and be able to achieve the goal. And the last point is we're gonna talking about debate community. The definition is it demonstrates that the debate community serves as a venue for the public to learn new facts in addition to serving as a platform for debater. So this slide has given an explanation, an illustration to you in the form of the meaning of 3 keywords. There is research has explanation it before. Okay, next slide is the second slide, which explain the research background. This is talking about research background, everyone. The researchers write down the names of 5 communities in Aceh because the reason is that only these 5 communities always win from year to year in competition such as local competition, for example, inter or institutional competition, regional selection, or commonly called regional selection LLDT, Indonesian Student Debate Competition or KDMI, to the National University Debating Community or NUDC, which is a national inter-university debate activity. Okay, on the third slide, the researchers still explain the continuation of the meaning of research background. We're gonna talking about then the problem will be solved. The researcher will provide the correct coaching strategy solution so that students or people who are just entering the world of debate will know what the correct coaching strategy looks like, so that in the end, it will form a match at their ability level in applying the debate skill of the coaching process, for example, from extracurricular activities or UKM, that they are engaged in, they will shape themselves with good skill from the debate coaching strategy. Then this research will contribute be solving problem in the end from student who don't know what good and right coaching strategy is looks like. Okay, next. The researchers will talking about there are 2 objectives in this research, namely the first is in the first one the researchers want to investigate the strategy of foresting debate in Aceh debate community, and secondly the researchers will know that the researchers will find out what difficulties the coach has in training debate coaching in Aceh debate community. So on the next slide, the researchers show you about operational definition. This is more to the definition of the keyword in this study. There is 2 types first. The first is debate coaching strategy. This is we're talking about a debate is a deliberate presentation of a position with the goal of influencing the opposition of the audience. So the audience will trust you by your speech, for example, and etc. So the second is about, we're talking about coaching strategy. This is coaching strategy is a plan created to implement a coach activity that aims to develop critical thinking, solving problem, and find solution to increasing it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the continuation of this slide discussion. It is we're talking about the literature review. So, in literature review, there are 7 points will implemented by researchers. The first is debate. Second is coaching strategy. Third is debate community. Fourth, academic improvement strategy. 5, strategy for improving effectiveness. 6, strategy increasing learning time. And the last is our 7th point. It is point will implement by researchers. It is coach quality improvement. Okay, next let's move on the research method. In this slide, this research methodology is descriptive qualitative. The purpose of using this method is to observe and to explore coaching strategy in teaching debate in the Aceh community. Okay, then let's talk about research location. Here, researchers use the location in the form of researchers will use 5 locations of community organization in Aceh to investigate the impact of debating activities in Aceh. The name of the 5 communities are: the first is DARKS, secondly is Insiders, third is UDS, and the fourth is a club, and the last or number 5 is for the 2. Okay, everyone, so let's move to the next slide. Then there are 3 types of understanding phase. The first type is participants. It is will participant in this research is all debate coach in every community. And the second type is sample. Sample in this research is 5 debate coach in the Aceh debate community, namely is DAX, Insiders, UDS, A Club, and for the 2. And the second type is we're gonna talking about object. This object in this research is debate coaching strategy. Then the researcher used a research instrument, the form of 3 research instruments. The first research instrument is observation blank paper, second is interview guideline, and the third is document. So let's talk about the first research instrument is observation blank paper. So in this research instrument, the researcher will write down what they saw, what the researchers saw during the observation be recorded at the research observation blank paper. So the secondly is interview guideline. The researcher will do the interview with every single coach and write down the result interview. And the secondly is document. It is look like photo and video. Okay, next, then the researcher also use data collection technique. There is 2 data collection technique. The first is observation and secondly is interview. So let's talk about observation. The researcher use blank paper observation so that what the researcher observed, then the researcher immediately write down the things that are observed from the coaching method during teaching from beginning to end. During the coach process, the researcher will see the stage of the coaching strategy itself. And the second is interview. So the researcher will do interview guideline with 5 coach in the Aceh debate community itself with give the answer question. So then on the last slide, the researcher used 3 data analysis technique. The first is data reduction, second is data display, and the third of the last is conclusion drawing or verification. So let's talk about the first. We're talking about data reduction. In this step, the researcher only select the point that directly state information linked to the coaching strategy, data, and discard the test. And data display is data from blank paper observation sheet are presented only in blank paper form. So the last is conclusion or drawing verification. The final stage is to analyze the data by providing conclusion draw or verification used by researchers. Alright, from the end of the explanation above, the research presentation will end. with the title An Analysis of Debate Coaching Strategy in Aceh Debating Community. More or less, I give apologize. I hope this can be useful for us. So this will end. I will close this presentation with saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.